Welcome back to Leading Crypto. CVO taking a look at Near Protocol in this one, right? So, as many of you are aware, Near is one of the largest opportunities, I guess, that I can identify or had identified at the end of the last quarter, putting in one of the largest overall ranges compared to many others, right? So, things like Cardano, Link, a couple other of the larger caps, have 50-60% range from low to high, right? If we were just to kind of rotate those over and over again, or even just in general, that would only, and I say only, that would be about a 50, 60, 70, 80% opportunity. Whereas Near put in basically almost a 400% range, right? So no guarantee by any means that we will see the overall high of that. But yeah, been pretty interesting so far, right? Bounce off the lows pretty much with everything else back in June, claimed the point of control. And so far, I've ran it up to some pretty nice targets here and still kind of chopping around the low here, though, the lower end of the range. High of this does run all the way up to about $13. Once again, will we see it? Is the question. You've got the quarter one point of control all the way up here at $11 as well. Totally getting ahead of ourselves as far as that would go. When these targets would align well with, the last two videos, I was just talking about how my higher end targets, a melt up, I guess, if we're going to get one towards 30,000 for Bitcoin and $2,700 for ETH. That's when I could see things like Near, reaching some of these higher targets over time. And once again, by no means guaranteed. So taking a look now at the current price action. Right, we had this recent drop previously over here on August was also the macro golden pocket here from the recent high, and that came in right at a 3-month level as well, right at $6. Pulled back to this weekly, and from there we essentially did the same exact thing once again. Right, ran it up, hit a nice level of resistance, our target golden pocket. We talked about the other night. If you were looking at this as well as an inverse head and shoulders, right? You had this little lower deal, a little sloppy shoulder, but either way, the target remained the same. Right, it had that golden pocket daily range in that region, and we're pulling back right now, right? So got a local golden pocket just below that now. And essentially, I mean, you really do just travel from GP to GP a lot of the times, right? So we've got low, high, higher, low, higher, high, looking to see if we can hold this monthly open region. Once again, you kind of see the pattern here. You got a lot of these golden pockets or, main areas of interest coming back down at this month's monthly open, right? So it's middle of the month. Near actually, came back and tagged this a few times. Bitcoin is the one that really hadn't, back tested that monthly open quite yet. So either way, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Near, several others, all aligning with a pretty decent area on the chart with their monthly opens. So just something to, be aware of, pay attention for as we come down to it. Whether or not that's where we just come down to and just continue onward, is the question. But I would imagine we'd get at least a decent little bounce here. The area to watch for me on Near has been and still remains this weekly level right here, 465. You can see just literally on here how, this has been, regarded across the board. This is also our previous weekly pivot as well at this point as well. So this is a pretty big level that you really want to see claimed, held, not lost. I know right now we're on a 4-hour time frame. Losing it as we speak, but if we scoot back up and start closing back above, that's what you want to see here. You really want to hold that one as support. So otherwise, seeing something along this line, right, where you kind of come down, tag the monthly open. Well, now we'd be looking to see if that weekly gets reclaimed, and then we'd be looking to take it back higher from there. Similar to everything else, right? You got a nice RSI pretty much getting reset here. Everything was pretty much overextended, overbought, after like basically 4 or 5 days of straight upside. And, these quick moves, they're at least good for one thing. They definitely reset, the market for you pretty quickly, right? So make people pretty fearful at the same time, right? Quick moves down, make people just really, really freak out. And this is why, you really want to have your levels mapped out and marked out, right? Yesterday on Twitter, that's the one thing I put up was, tomorrow's CPI, whatever. have your levels marked out. And, especially for Bitcoin, one of the biggest areas we were looking for was going to be that $20,700, right? And that's the weekly key level up right now that's untapped, unless it's already been hit since I've been making these videos. But regardless, the altcoins, everything kind of correlates together with Bitcoin. You had, Bitcoin run up to the golden pocket, Near run up to the golden pocket. Everything was overextended. So these are areas where if you're in short-term trades, you'd want to be looking for take profit opportunities. Otherwise, if you're in from lower, I would really just pay attention to see how we progress right here, right? So like I said, very similar to everything else at the moment. You still got a nice, possible uptrend here, and even coming back down to this monthly key level, right? Still would have a higher low. I would imagine we're going to see some sort of a reaction at that monthly open, however. So like I said, that's golden pocket, monthly open. At this level, I would imagine that Bitcoin's probably about to hit that untapped key level at 20,700. It's probably due for a little bounce as well, and Ethereum as well. So level to watch for me, 465. Claim that weekly. We take it up. We got some really big areas above us here. The next major one would be $6, essentially. This is that 3-month level. This was that macro golden pocket. And then over that, we have another one, basically $7. And if we clear this 774, right? Once again, I know that it's hard to imagine when we're in down days, but these are when you really want to be making these plans, right? Like looking for these levels of support if you weren't already in these, positions. And when I say trades and this and that, like this doesn't have to be on leverage, right? Like these are really nice moves here, right? If we were to make it up to this daily level, that's a 77% move in spot, right? So, yeah, that's what I'd be looking for personally in the short term. Really want to see see if we can reclaim this 465. Paying attention for the monthly open down here at 437. Like I said, it's got the golden pocket around there as well. And if we get that swing round right in this region, that would put in another higher low right here. And I would imagine we would continue onward and upward, right? So Near still remains to be one of my preferences, I guess. This is something that I've picked up a good amount personally in spot, right? I don't mess around too many altcoins with leverage just because they move so heavily. Like unless you're just going to go like 2x or something like that. That's just me personally. I only really stick to ETH and Bitcoin for the leverage plays, but for spot, like I said, if this does rotate this range in full, even from generally where we are now, possible 200% opportunity. Keyword possible, right? So obviously everything is up to you. This is what I'm doing. Just want to kind of bring a little update to this. I talk about Near quite often in the trading group, as well as on Debate Crypto, a couple other places as well. So hope you're all doing well, and enjoy the rest of your day, morning, afternoon in this beautiful world.